Artist Tara McPherson teaming up once again with Kidrobot to give us an art figure of Wonder Woman? Yes, please. Yes, that's right. Kidrobot and Tara McPherson have teamed up again to give us this 11-inch tall art figure of a reimagined Wonder Woman. This epic figure is going to come in two ways. Right now we're going to be looking at the colorway, the traditional colorway, which has a slight bluish tint to her skin. But we are also going to be having a look at the Kidrobot.com exclusive grayscale version, which that one is going to be limited to 300 pieces. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's first have a look at the colorway version of Tara McPherson's Wonder Woman here. Now, it's touted that this figure is, or statue, is 11 inches in height. However, if you take the tape measure and you put it to the bottom of the base, going right up to the top of the figure's head, she's actually closer to about 10 and a half inches, not quite 11 inches in height. She's closer to being 10 and a half inches. By the way, if also Tara McPherson, the name sounds familiar, already had a look at a piece from her and Kidrobot on this channel before, and that was the Care Bears Tender Heart Bear art figure, the one that had the rainbow going through the tummy of Tender Heart. And in some ways, actually, you can see some similarities between the Wonder Woman here and that Tender Heart Bear that we looked at before. I'm sure by intention, you can see the lasso of truth wraps around her hands, and wraps her then around her torso in the shape of a heart, and then proceeds to drape around the secondary hand there as well. The lasso is what feels to be like a plastic material, really. The majority of the statue is plastic. One of the other markings as well of Tara McPherson's designs is also something that was present on the Tenderheart, and that was the somewhat starburst around the eye area here. In fact, speaking about it, why don't we get a close-up look at what I'm talking about here. You can see the little starburst effect happening around her eyes. It very much kind of reminds me of something from Kiss. It does have a nice lighter blue, so it doesn't really take over a lot of the face. It doesn't detract at all from what I think to be a very pretty-looking Wonder Woman face. Like I had mentioned, the skin is slightly got a bluish tint. Actually, by closer inspection, it's almost more like a greenish tint to the colorway version of her. Again, we're going to be having a look at the black and white version of her, which will be more rooted in more the grays, the blacks, and the whites. But this one definitely has a lot of extra color popping on this particular figure. What seems more to be traditional Wonder Woman colors instead are slightly turned on their head. Again, you've got the slightly discoloration of the body, and the more traditional Wonder Woman colors, again, are slightly shades different than what they normally would be. Of course, we can't overlook the display base. The display base is like a circular base, and then you've got a raised gold star, in which basically Wonder Woman is standing atop of. It doesn't look as if the figure can be removable, nor that well, you really would, because she doesn't have the means to properly stand on her own. The coloring is almost a very dark, almost rusted red. And then again, you've got the gold of the star there. We flip it upside down, and you've got Tara McPherson and Kidrobot, trademark DC Comics, and then S17 there. I have to say, one thing I do like about the statue is the pose of it, in which you've got the stretched out foot on its toes, on her tippy toes there, and then the other leg is bent while she's got the lasso draped again in between the two hands, giving us that heart formation. We spin the statue around. Again, you are slightly thrown off by the colors. It almost seems as if you took the colors and you played around with the filter settings, because again, instead of the flesh tone, you're getting like an off coloring of that, instead of the more bluish color scheme of her lower outfit here. You're actually getting closer to something more like a turquoise or almost a teal color, with the same sort of rusted red as what we see down here on the base. The bodice or top area still stays pretty close to traditional Wonder Woman colors, although now you've got the gold representing on the top there in the W and also in the belt. Of course, we can't also overlook her gauntlets here. The gauntlets do have that raised sort of star formation, similar to what we had in the display base there. It does really show very nicely. As well to be said, because it is a slightly taller figure than some of the other releases from Kidrobot, it's definitely something that would stand out amongst some of the other statues that you may have on display. Currently, you can get the Tara McPherson Kidrobot Wonder Woman here in the colorway version over on their website at www.kidrobot.com. There's a tab at the top part of the site that says Shop, and you can go in there and you can pick this one up for yourself. For fans of Wonder Woman, and I include myself in that, this is a really nice piece and a slight departure than what we've seen normal with a traditional looking Wonder Woman design. I like Tara McPherson's take on it, and I especially like the slight off colorings of the colorway version of the one that we're looking at here. It definitely makes me very interested and excited when we open up and have a look at the black and white limited release, and I'll do comparisons between the two statues so you can see the real differences. The sculpts should stay exactly the same, but the variation in colors is really what's going to be standing out in that review. Again, if you guys are interested in picking this one up for yourself, you can head over to www.kidrobot.com. Today we were having a look at the Kidrobot Tara McPherson. This was the colorway Wonder Woman art figure. If you guys want to check out some more Kidrobot reviews, you can head over to my channel and a playlist called Kidrobot Reviews. It'll cover off everything I've ever reviewed, whether it be uncasings or some of the vinyl figures, vinyl statues. Head over there, check it out, and watch those at your viewing pleasure. Make sure as well you hit that little subscribe button down below. It'll guarantee you that when new videos are coming up onto YouTube, you'll never miss out on them. And like I said, more videos will be coming your way at the very least. We'll also be having a look at that Tara McPherson black and white variant of the Kidrobot Wonder Woman here. As always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.